So chapter 1 test, version 2, number 1. Make sure you're on the right version. This is the second one. So check your test that you're working on. Okay, so 2 points on the line, y equals 8, are 13 units away from 1, negative 4. So let's draw this picture. So y equals 8, remember, if I find y equals 8, the mistake students make is they just draw that point. Remember, it's a line. So the line y equals 8 goes through that point, and everything on this line has a y value of 8. So let me label that y equals 8. Then I've got this point, 1, negative 4. So 1, negative 4, here's x equals 1, drop 4 units, 1, negative 4. Okay. And I got to be 13 units away from this point down here and on that line. Okay. So, first step, which we've done in problems like this, is to figure out, well, if I go straight over to the line, whoops, let me make that a little bit better. Straight over to the line, so in this case, straight up. How far did I go? Well, when you go up and down, the y's change. Right? So I'm going from y equals negative 4 up to y equals 8. If I do big minus little to get the difference between them, right, I get 12. So I know I go straight up 12 units. Okay. Well, I need to be 13 units away. And that's not the same as going up 12 and over 1, because if I actually went over 1 and then did Pythag right here, I would not get 13. I'd get something way less than 12.0 something maybe. Yeah, but it would not be 13, I guarantee you that. So instead, we got to figure out a way around it. So let's estimate that the 13 would be around here somewhere where it would hit, and maybe around here somewhere where it would hit. Remember, we're just kind of guessing where that's going to be. If we want to, after we calculate the answers, we could change our picture to match it better. So really, the question now is, well, how far over do you go in either direction? So I'm going to call these B. B here, B here. Okay, well, if you think about it, let's look at one of those two triangles. This is B, this is 12, this is 13, and I know it's a right triangle because it's a vertical and horizontal line. So, if it's a right triangle, I can use Pythagorean theorem. Okay, make sure that the B squared is here, not that you're doing 12 squared plus 13 squared equals C squared. That's the common mistake that I've been saying. 13 is the hypotenuse, so that's your C. So if we work this out, we get 144 plus B squared equals 169. We subtract the 144 to both sides, we get 25. And then we take the square root and we get 5. So B is 5 here, and B is 5 over here. Okay, so now the question is, where do I end up? Here and here. Okay, so if I was at negative 1, 4 and I go straight up 12 units, then only the y values change, and so the x stays 1 and the y value has to be 8. And if you think about it, you know it's got to be 8 because it's on the line y equals 8, so all y values have to be 8. Then I got to go 5 units this way and 5 units that way. So we've got 5 units to the right, only the x's change, so only the 1's going to change, and if you think about it again, that point's still on the red line, so the y still has to be 8. In fact, we might as well just fill in the 8 over here too. So if I go 5 units to the right, the 1 right there will increase by 5, and I get 6. If I go 5 units to the left, the 1 will decrease by 5, so 1 minus 5, negative 4. So there are my answers, negative 4, whoa, negative 4, 8, and 6, 8.